Ever wonder what makes some educational content just explode, while other stuff just as smart barely gets noticed? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on a kids' science video that went absolutely viral, and we're going to figure out its secret sauce. So what is this sparkquarkkids formula? Let's get into it.
It all starts right here, an explosion of energy from the very first second. I mean, come on, boom, swirl, whoa. This is not your quiet, gentle science intro. It's a jolt of energy designed to make you stop scrolling and pay attention. It just screams chaos, color, and a whole lot of fun.
And that really brings us to the core question we're digging into. We're not just looking at what the experiment is about, we're looking at how they talk about it. This script is so much more than a list of instructions. It's a total masterclass in engagement, and we're going to break down exactly why it works so incredibly well.
So first up, let's think about this whole script like a recipe. A carefully crafted recipe with every single ingredient chosen for maximum impact. So what are these core ingredients? Well, the tone is everything, right? It's high energy, it's totally mind-blown, which is perfect for grabbing a young audience. The materials? Super simple stuff you've already got in your kitchen, which makes it feel so doable. Then there's the language itself, words like boom and rave, and a goal that is just crystal clear and exciting, an epic swirling color explosion. You can see how every little piece is perfectly designed to make science feel like a massive adventure.
Okay, this leads us to what is honestly the most critical part of any online content, the hook. Let's really dissect how they grab your attention in those first few precious seconds.
You know how it is. In today's world of just endless scrolling, those first few seconds are an all-out battle for attention. If you don't hook your audience immediately, poof, they're gone. And sparkquarkkids, they get this perfectly.
So how do they do it? It's this amazing four-part punch. First, you get that sensory overload with those action words. Second, a huge visual promise, a rainbow rave. I mean, who doesn't want to see that? Third, they create this little mystery. Is it magic or is it science? That pulls you in. And finally, bam! An immediate call to action that gets you involved. It's a genius move that shifts you from just passively watching to wanting to actively participate.
So once they have your attention, the script does something really clever. It moves from just getting you to watch to getting you to do. This whole section is about their method.
The technique they're using here is called gamification, and it's exactly what it sounds like, turning something that isn't a game into a game. This is such a smart move because it taps right into that natural desire to play, especially for kids. It transforms a boring set of instructions from a chore into a really exciting adventure.
And just look at how they frame the steps. You're not just pouring milk, no, you're basing the rainbow sea. You're not just adding a few drops of food coloring, you're dropping color bombs. Every single step feels like an action-packed part of this grand mission. And I love this last one, pro twists. It encourages kids to experiment and makes them feel like they're leveling up and mastering a skill. All right, this brings us to what might be the most brilliant part of the whole script. This is where they take a scientific concept that could be pretty complex and, well, boring, and they make it completely unforgettable.
Okay, just look at this. On the left, you've got the standard textbook explanation. It's accurate, sure, but it's also super dry, full of jargon. Now, look at the sparkquarkkids version on the right. Fat molecules aren't just molecules, they're these little characters that love hugging colors. Soap isn't just a surfactant, it's the bad guy that hates fat and makes it run away. See what they did? They turned a chemical reaction into a little drama, a story, making it so much easier to understand and remember. And then they cap off this whole story with this fantastic, memorable line. It's not just about surface tension anymore. It's a rebellion. This kind of personification makes the science feel alive and epic. It sticks in your brain. So the experiment is done. The science has been explained in this really cool way, but the video's not over. The final piece of this whole formula is making sure the experience continues long after the viewer has clicked away. This is a concept that comes straight from marketing and community building, an engagement loop. It's all about turning a passive viewer into an active participant and then creating a reason for them to come back for more. It's a cycle. And look at this. They unleash a whole arsenal of calls to action. It's so much more than just like and subscribe. They ask you to comment with your creation, which gives you a sense of ownership. They encourage you to film your own explosion and tag them, turning you from a viewer into a creator yourself. Each one of these actions feeds into the next, creating all these different ways for you to stay involved. And what's the end result of all this? It's powerful. You're not just some random person who watched a video anymore. You're part of this community of swirl masters and color chasers.
And that is how you build a real, loyal following.
So let's just sum it all up. The formula is, when you look at it, beautifully simple but also incredibly effective. You start with a hook that's impossible to ignore. You turn the instructions into a fun game. You explain the tricky science bits using a simple story. And then you build a community loop that keeps people coming back.
And that really leaves us with one last big thought. This formula worked amazingly for a simple chemistry experiment, but its potential is huge, right? Just imagine applying the same structure to economics or to history or even something like computer programming. What complex, maybe even boring topic do you think could be totally transformed into an epic adventure using this exact same formula? It's something to think about.